So this just in. Our equipment was stolen.
The 2022 World Cup is anything but straightforward. Mired in accusations of bribery and human rights abuses, it's also praised for being the first to be staged in the Middle East. In order to understand the issues that have shaped this event, we are travelling through 17 countries in 17 days, speaking to people on the road from London to Doha. Welcome to our journey to a postmodern World Cup. But this isn't my story. This is Nick Miller and Laurie Whitwell. Nick and Laurie are writers working for The Athletic. Laurie covers Manchester United, Nick covers everything. They're kind, funny, photogenic, and inquisitive. Perfect for the trip. And accompanying them is this guy.
Big money disempowering people for something that belongs to them in their community. Yeah. It's a tale as old as time.
Martino Simcik, a for-hire football creative who speaks 7 languages, lives and breathes football culture, and whose unusual skill set is ideal for this type of journey. This is Nick, Laurie, and Martino's story, so I'm going to let them tell it.
It's day 1. I'm on the train from London to meet Nick and Laurie in Burton-on-Trent. We're going to be my trusty travel buddies for the next 3 weeks. Look how happy they look at this point. That's probably not going to last. I'm looking pretty chuffed myself. First stop, we head to St. George's Park to see the home of the home of the home of football. Hold on. Stop. Okay. Yeah, you can go now. That's right, the home of English football. Let's see how they live. This is so dope. There's a whole thing on like South London and how they've developed football players on concrete pitches, and they actually applied the freaking thing at St. George's Park. It's not just like rolling hills of perfect grass. They're like, no. Let's bring the streets to St. George's Park. Chat, setting off on the road. Is football coming back home to this freaking place? Magilosa. Who knows? Whoa. Is this the room of the pony shot?
It's not technically.
Not technically, but they do use it in here.
It's a unicorn as well.
A perfect gym, amazing football pitches. The men's senior team may not have won anything in nearly 60 years, but you can tell they're definitely building towards something. Now, off to Cardiff. We have reached a parking lot. Wow, look how beautiful. Cardiff, mamma mia, bellezza europea. Wow, who knew? Whoa. Gareth Bale with the fancy establishment. Laurie, what do you think this logo is inspired by?
Well, I thought it was 11. It's like looks like quite a few 11s, but I guess it's also how do you do it? It's the heart thing.
Little heart thing. I capito. Gareth, we're on the case. Nothing gets past these guys. Yes, this is Gareth Bale's pub, but we're here to speak with a couple of journos to hear why they think the Welsh national team should be called Cymru.
Well, I think as recently as like the 6th century, you'd have Welsh speaking in parts of what is now Yorkshire, and it's been marginalised. It's been a kind of a kept and oppressed nation for a lot of time, and as recently as a century before last, you had people being like beaten at school for speaking Welsh. So it's been a language that people have tried to beat out of existence. So it came to maybe towards the end of the 20th century. That seems to be when the tide was turning, because Mitch and I both went to secondary school.
Yeah, exactly. The old Welsh not signs. The kids that would speak Welsh in school, they'd have to wear a label that says Welsh not, and it was basically the equivalent of a dunce hat, really, wasn't it? You know, you were basically told you cannot speak Welsh in our school. was crazy. And this is what Omar Heard, the David Iwan song, stands for.
Right.
It's a big, to put it bluntly, it's a big 2 fingers up to everyone who's ever criticised the language and us for sticking up for it. So that's what the song's all about.
It so literally translates as "we're still here," doesn't it? Like that?
We'll always be here, and you know, whatever you do, you can make a mockery of us, you can force it out of us, you can punish us, but we'll still speak it, we'll still be here. So it's a really powerful song, and the lyrics are phenomenal.
We're still here.
We got back to London late that night, got some sleep, and headed to Paris in the morning. Yeah, go on. Get your time lapse in. Go nuts. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
I capito. Look at that. He's so satisfied with himself, super close up on his satisfied smirk.
All right, Jesus.
So you have a yogurt with plum compote. There will be some tea and coffee coming very soon, and then we have a main.
We're going to Paris, but not to Paris, you know. We're headed to the banlieue, at the world-famous Bondy, where Mbappe grew up. In 2018, France sent 50 players to the World Cup, so we went straight to one of the epicenters of that footballing renaissance. We're getting a bus?
We might be getting a bus.
So what's the mad thing about the groundskeeper we met?
He knew Kylian Mbappe as a young boy, I think. Obviously, you understood better Martino, speaking French, but even without being able to converse directly in the same language as each other, I understood what he was saying, pointed to the high, and kind of, as soon as we got to the ground, he said, Mbappe, because he knew we were journalists, he understood the situation. Very nice man.
He said,
There he goes.
And now the sound won't work.
So can you explain your relationship with Kylian Mbappe, or his father?
Les relations avec Mbappé avec le club de Bondy. En fait, c'est un enfant de Bondy. Comme papa, comme maman, c'est pareil. Moi, les connexions avec le club de Bondy, j'étais gardien. Je jouais en même temps le foot à Bondy. Le temps que le père de Mbappé, il était aussi mon entraîneur. Et donc, le petit, je l'ai connu, mais pas trop. Donc, question de coach, son père, il rigole pas. Question d'éducation, il rigole pas. Question de l'école, il rigole pas. C'était vraiment quelqu'un que j'apprécie beaucoup. Oui, j'apprécie beaucoup. Quand Mbappé il est sorti à Bondy, c'est vrai, il y a eu des joueurs qui sont venus avant Mbappé, mais Mbappé, quand il est sorti, ça a motivé beaucoup de jeunes encore. Beaucoup de jeunes. Tout le monde veut être devenu comme Mbappé. Tout est possible dans la vie. C'est-à-dire que les jeunes d'aujourd'hui, ils se battent plus, beaucoup dans le sport, ils veulent devenir comme Mbappé. C'est pour ça aujourd'hui, on arrive à Jonathan, on a plusieurs joueurs qui sont sortis à Bondy, parce que les jeunes, ils veulent tous devenir comme Mbappé. Et ça motive. C'est-à-dire que t'as des petits aujourd'hui, leur rêve aujourd'hui, c'est devenir comme Mbappé. Et aussi, la manière que Mbappé, comment il s'exprime aussi, il explique les choses aussi, comment il est arrivé là, il faut travailler. Il faut aussi encore aller à l'école. Pour aller à l'école, il faut travailler dur pour avoir des choses. On est obligé de travailler dur. Travailler dur et surtout l'école d'abord, après les foot. Ça après. Youssouf.
Bell. Straight Bell.
Youssouf. There's clearly something magical about this place. You can feel the mythical status of this neighborhood rising in real time. We even met a refugee who just arrived from Italy, looking for the club offices so he could try to break into the team. Serendipitous. Across the city, we visited Red Star Paris, established by Jules Rimet, the same guy who made that stolen trophy that's apparently still gleaming. Shot we got, we're either happy with it and Joe's gonna use it, or Joe, you're not gonna use it. Let me know. Am I being too artistic? Is this bullshit? Should I stop being so fucking loquacious with my artistic vibes, or should I keep going? You tell me, buddy. Then we had dinner and went to bed. It's early in the morning, and we're off to Belgium for just a few hours. So, Nick and Laurie squeezed in a waffle.
Right, yeah. That's all right. Is it as good as you'd expect from there?
Then, off to Genk. This is a sleepy little town with a now defunct coal mining industry that has produced some footballing giants. No surprise that the first person we spoke to was a Korean agent who Nick questioned on South Korea's ambitions at the tournament.
So I hope they can go to semi-final.
Semi-final?
Yeah, because already 20 years ago, the Korea and Japan, the World Cup, so we had the fourth place. Yeah, so already 20 years gone. So we do it again.
This is Genk's training ground. We're here to meet Michel Ribeiro. If football is a work of art, this man is Michelangelo.
And what are your sort of wider thoughts on the World Cup? You know, the fact that it's in Qatar, because a lot of, you know, I was at the Euros in France, it was brilliant going around the country and kind of having all those fans there. It feels like this one's a bit more distant and kind of there's obviously issues about human rights and what have you. What do you make of it?
Yes, you know, at the end of the day, it's, at the end of the day, it's going to be a World Cup and it's going to be back to people. And the people that, and I criticize it also, you know, and the human part of what they've done. But at the end of the day, it's going to be football, and it's going to be a lot of people. Will bring everyone together, and you will see even again now in November. Yeah, it's a strange date. It's going to be far away, but still, a World Cup is a World Cup, and it's going to be fantastic again to see teams play.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of pressure on the national team to do well this time, or
pressure? You know what is pressure? You know, for us, it's like they say, it's a golden generation. If they don't do it now, I think it's going to be very difficult.
Now, it's off to Amsterdam. But there's a big problem.
So this just in. Our equipment was stolen.
If you liked today's video, please consider subscribing to the channel.